on Monday, 20th July, over repeated failure to honor committee invitations. During plenary, the Speaker, Martin Chike Amehule, said the House will issue a warrant under Section 129 of the Constitution if the company fails to appear at 10 a.m. The summons follows a petition by Omohia community in Greater Town, which the company ignored in the House Committee on Public Complaints and Petitions sitting last week. Meanwhile, the House has adopted a committee recommendation for Renaissance Africa Energy Limited to pay over 205.8 million naira as compensation to Bidere community for environmental damage from an oil spill. The lawmakers said the amount was fair and reasonable considering the damage caused by equipment failure on the 24-inch Ogala Boni pipeline operated by Renaissance Africa Energy Company Limited. The Assembly further urged Renaissance Africa Energy to carry out a comprehensive cleanup and remediation of the affected area in the interest of public health. Elsewhere, the Senate has approved 11 trillion naira, the revenue target for the Nigeria Customs Service for the 2026 fiscal year, following the agency's budget defense before the Senate Committee on Customs. The chairman of the committee, Senator Isa Jibril, announced the approval during a session attended by NCS officials led by Controller General Adewale Adeniyi. Adeniyi expressed confidence that the service will achieve the target despite prevailing global economic challenges, noting that the NCS had generated 4.43 trillion naira in revenue this year, though short of projected half-year expectations. Moving on, the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, has called for the restoration of fuel importation rights. The national president of IPMAN, Abubakar Megandi, projected that the pump price of petrol could fall below 800 naira per litre if the importation rights are restored. Megandi also advocated continued support for local refineries, particularly Dangote Refinery. The Rural Electrification Agency (REA) and state government have commenced the construction of 42 renewable energy projects in Kebbi and Adamawa states. The Minister of Power, Joseph Olasukami Tebwe, said this while speaking at the groundbreaking ceremony of one of the projects. Said these include 39 mini-grid installations in Adamawa state and a 3.5 megawatt solar power plant in Kebbi state. And the foreign South Korean technology giant Samsung Electronics has projected a 19-fold increase in quarterly profits, driven by soaring global demand for artificial intelligence memory chips. The tech giant said it expects operating profits of $58.2 billion for the period between April and June, marking its third consecutive record quarterly profit. On the foreign exchange market, when US dollar traded for 1,410 naira at the parallel market, while the British pound traded for 1,810 naira. Meanwhile, €1 traded 1,570 naira at the same platform. Moving on to the global market, a barrel of Brent crude similar to Nigeria's barrel light traded for $72.76, an increase of 77 cents or 1.1%. Similarly, the West Texas Intermediate sold for $69.34, an increase of 79 cents or an appreciation of 1.1%. And that's business news this morning on Daybreak Nigeria, compiled by Ayo Dungaru. You can also listen to us on Wave91.7fm. For pictures and stories in the news, follow us on Facebook and X at 917WaveFM and at Wave917fm on Instagram and Thread. Remember, Nigeria is our own country. We should join hands to make it great. I am Excel Uwaezuoke. Good morning, and thank you for listening. Up next is